Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls of all ages. Spank the Monkey back again with another video of singles Bojingles. Right, so we have another set of cards here from one of our favorite resellers. Picked up quite a few. I think there are some hard-hitting cards also in this particular set of purchases that I've had over the last week. So allow me to share this with you guys, and let's see the goodies that we picked up. Okay, so I think we do have the usual chaff. Let me just pull them out here. Okay, and then chaff also here. Right, so okay, so maybe we'll do it this way. Yep, and then one card just to cover before we get rid. Okay, so just to go through the chaff used to protect the cards and maybe just share with you guys if there's any interesting stuff here. So we have Dega Disciple. Not sure what do you call this expansion this is, but it's a wizard. Pay black, tap, target creature gets -0, or red, tap, target creature gets +2/+0. Okay. So we have that. We have a Phantom Beast. Alright. And then Ogre Savant. So a lot of these are actually old cards. Primal Cocoon from M11. Spined Basher. Alright, 3 to cast, 3/1. Creature Merfolk Soldier. So this is actually quite rare now when you have cards that actually don't have any abilities. You'd never see that anymore in the sets that are coming out. Fencer's Mage Mark, it's an aura. Runeclaw Bear. Again, another creature with no special abilities, 2 to cast, 2/2. So just the regular bear. And then a Suit Feather Flock. Right, okay, so let's get now to the cards. So first one would be, again, a chaff card. So we have Angel Fire Crusader. Alright, so the first one that we get here is a Curious Alphasaur. So this is from the LTI set. However, it is from the Commander, and we get a borderless version of it. So I do have the Commander of Pantlaza, but the Commander has this in just the sort of the pack version. So this is borderless, so I'm just linking up my deck. So that's pretty cool. Is there anything below it? Yes, there is. So let us switch that up. Oh, okay. So it's also a borderless Sign of Calamity, which is part of the same deck. And yeah, borderless allows me to bling that up. All right. So let's move that over here. Just take this out. Anyway, I will be re-sleeving them. Beautiful borderless cards. So both rares. Let's put them over here. Next up, we have a Zephid's Embrace. So this is an uncommon, I think from one of those Spurs blocks. So 4 to cast, enchant creature gets 2/2, gains flying, and cannot be targeted with spells or abilities. So it has a Shroud 2/2 with flying. So there is evasion there and Shroud. Okay, next up we have, alright, from the Warhammer 40k, it's Overgrowth. 3 to cast enchantment. Enchant land is tapped. Controller adds additional 2 green. So just a simple ramp spell. And then next one is another 40k card. That would be Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch, if that's how you say it. 4 to cast, creature demon. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard to your hand, and then Fire of Tzeentch. Yeah. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay, now, is there a card at the back? There is. So let's pick that up. Flip it over. We have a foil Spitting Dilophosaurus. So again, I think I mentioned in the past that I was a fan of the Jurassic Park, especially the first film. And yeah, this is one of those iconic scenes in the movie where Dennis Nedry, the rogue scientist who had basically ruined Jurassic Park to try and smuggle out some genetic material, was attacked by the Dilophosaurus. So 3 to cast black, and Dinosaur 3/2. Whenever spitting Dilophosaurus enters battlefield or attacks, put a -1/1 counter on top of up to one target creature. Creatures your opponents control with 1/1 counters on them can't block. Yeah, okay, let's get moving. And then, so yeah, we have the Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch. Next, we have Bloodthirster, also from the 40k commander. 6 to cast Demon with Flying and Trample, 6/6. Whenever Bloodthirster deals combat damage to player, untap. After this combat phase, there's an additional combat phase. So Bloodthirster can't attack a player it has already attacked this turn. Okay, interesting. So, maybe what you can do is you can give it haste, blink it, and just keep attacking. Maybe that's one way to abuse it. Okay, there is another card in the back, and that would be Keeper of Secrets. So this is a 6 to cast demon, first strike with haste. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, Keeper of Secrets deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to target opponent. So this will definitely slot into my Prosper deck because we're playing a lot of stuff from Exile. So this is pretty cool. I've been looking for this card for a while, so happy to have been able to pick up a couple of cards from the 40k Warhammer Precon deck. Okay, so let's put that away. And next up we have Primaris Chaplain, which is also from the 40k Universes Beyond Precon IP. So for the cast, Astartes Cleric 3/3 with Battle Cry, and Rosarius. Whenever Primaris Chaplain attacks against indestructible until end turn. Okay. Next up, we have this is an older card, the Blessing of Nephilim. 1 to cast Aura, enchant creature gets +1/+1 for each of its colors. Right, so I do have a couple of multicolored commanders, so certainly this would go well with a 5-color commander, so that's pretty good. So I'll put that away. Next up, okay, we have 2 of that. And then we have Chain of Plasma. So this is a 2 to cast instant. It deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Then that player or that creature's controller may discard a card from his or her hand. If the player does, he or she may copy the spell, may choose a new target for that copy. So maybe there's a way to abuse this too, right? Okay, and next up, another 40k card, also uncommon. It's Psychomancer. 3 to cast Necron Wizard with Flying 1/1. Whenever Psychomancer or another non-token artifact you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, or is put into exile from the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So good for aristocrat decks that feature artifact creatures or and artifacts. Okay, next up we have On the Trail from the Murders at Markov Manor, which is the latest set that's come out. So this is an enchantment, 2 to cast. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. So it's a nice little enchantment, allows you to ramp, especially if you're drawing a lot of cards. So Enchantress decks would certainly love this. You'll be able to add more fuel to the fire as you continue to ramp by putting land cards onto the battlefield. So we'll put that over here. And then flip side would be And They Shall Know Fear. So this is an instant uncommon also from the 40k precons. So choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. Okay, so a nice anthem and indestructible effect. Next up we have Toxicrene. It's a Tyrannid 4 to cast with Reach and Death Touch. So 3 and green. All lands have tap, add 1 mana of any color, and lose all other abilities. Okay, so not bad. So Reach, Death Touch gives you a nice blocker, both for land and air-based opponents or creatures, and for the cast, your lands are able to tap for any mana. So I think that's pretty cool. Good trade-off there. Next up, we have Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. This is a reprint in the Murders at Markov Manor. So you can tap for one colorless, then you can tap two colorless if you for casting colorless spells, and only if you have 7 or more lands. Okay, next up, another rare from Murders. Okay, it's another copy of that. Next up, we have Slayer's Stronghold. Just another addition to the for real estate, add to the collection. Next, we have Biotransference, again from the 40k precon. So it's an enchantment for the cast. Creatures you control are artifacts in addition to their other types. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Whenever you cast a spell, you lose 1 life and create a 2/2 black Necron Warrior artifact creature token. Cool. So you're able to make tokens, make artifact creature tokens, and you're able to basically push the artifact theme throughout your entire deck. And next up we have Reign of Riches. This is from the I think this is from is it Streets of Vicapenna or I forget now, NCC. Okay, anyway, it's an enchantment, 5 to cast. When Reign of Riches enters battlefield, create 2 treasure tokens. The first spell you cast each turn that mana from a treasure spent to has Cascade. So you're able to cascade with this when you use treasure. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Next up, we have Unexplained Absence. So this is one of the interesting cards coming from the Commander precons from the Markov set. So it's for the cast instant. For each player, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls. For each permanent exiled this way, its controller cloaks the top card of their library. So you're basically taking it out of the game, and this is for each player, right? So this is actually pretty good. It's for the cast, a little bit expensive, but if you're going up against decks that have targets like, you know, the One Ring, then this is actually quite good for that, and you're able. This is very, very flexible because it's non-land permanent, right? So this is pretty good. And the trade-off there would be basically Cloak, which is a Morph plus Ward. So that's actually nice. Powerful card. We'll see how this works out as I upgrade this into my deck. Okay, and then the last card would be Welcome to Jurassic Park. So this is a foil card from the recent LCI deck, and a nice looking copy of it too. So it comes in as an enchantment saga. So the first saga is for each opponent up to 1 target non-creature artifact they control becomes a 0/4 wall artifact creature with defender as long as you control the saga. Then create a 3/3 dinosaur creature token with trample. It gains haste until end of turn. And third saga is destroy all the walls, exile this saga, then return to the battlefield transformed under your control. It becomes Jurassic Park. And it's a legendary land, transforms from Welcome to. And each dinosaur card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost, plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. So you can cast cards from your graveyard for the escape cost. Then you can tap it for green for each dinosaur you control. So this is a good upgrade for my Pantlaza deck that I mentioned earlier. So that's about it. Alright, so thank you for joining me on this unboxing and Singles BOJINGLES. And hopefully you'll catch me on the next one too. So until then, take care and see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.